Hey, this is Don Gates and welcome to Perimenopause Bliss. And today I want to talk about 5 steps that you can use to get amazing sleep during perimenopause. So I'm a naturopathic doctor and acupuncturist. I've been in practice for over 15 years. I've had over 40,000 patient visits, the vast majority of them focusing on perimenopause, hormone balance, and weight loss. And today I want to dive into the sleep factor that you will see that can play a role with this. So 2 things I'm not going to discuss. One, sleeping pills, because they're not addressing the root cause, and you will sleep, but it's not quality sleep, and you typically will wake up feeling drowsy and drugged. The other thing I'm not going to talk about is sleep hygiene, because everybody knows that. If you're on the screen, turn it off. I don't want to discuss things that you already know. I want to teach you some things that you're not aware of that I hope will play a big role. If you're having a sleep issue, when are you waking up? Depending on when you're waking up, that can tell you a lot about what the actual sleep problem is. If you have initial problems falling asleep, chances are that you're stressed or you're overthinking about something. If you're waking up typically between 1 and 3 in the morning, now we're talking about perimenopause. This is where you get into the progesterone aspect, and as progesterone starts diving, you will see this kind of waking around 1 to 3 in the morning. At that point, you can be in and out of sleep. Sometimes you're just stuck awake. Later on in the morning, 4 or 5 a.m., now you're getting more into adrenal time. As cortisol goes up, if you've been under more stress, the cortisol will go up and you will wake up. Well, that would mean, okay, you're stressed out. If you're sleeping all the way through the night, but yet you're waking up and you're just exhausted, make sure your thyroid checked. So point number 1 is depending on when you are getting your sleep disturbance can tell you a lot about what the root cause of your sleep disturbance is. Point number 2, let's just dive right into it. We're talking about perimenopause. We're talking about progesterone. You've got to get your progesterone balance. Progesterone starts taking a bit of a decline at 30, and by 40, it starts nosediving. And when it does, you will notice that your sleep is not as deep, not as restful, and just generally not feel as relaxed. Point number 3, we start to getting into the natural remedies for sleep. These can vary, I find. If you're waking up at 1 to 3, you've got to get the progesterone balance. That's just how it's going to work. These other remedies are going to help you if your problem's falling asleep, and they will also make it so that when you are asleep, it's deeper. Examples of these, the ones that I find that work really well, melatonin is very hit or miss. Some people it works amazing, some people it doesn't do anything, some people it just makes it feel worse. I really like different plant extracts. I always use a combination of hops, linden, California poppy. Great mix. Magnesium, for everyone. If you're having a sleep issue, even if magnesium is not enough that's going to make you fall asleep and not enough that's going to keep you asleep, it should make it so when you are sleeping, you're more rested and your muscles are more relaxed. Most people do significantly better with magnesium, even though it's not directly affecting the amount of time that they're sleeping. We also use a product called Chill Pill, and it's a mix of like things like L-theanine, GABA, along those lines. So a lot of great natural remedies you can use for sleep instead of sleeping pills. Point number 4 is adrenal support. If your sleep disturbance happens to be, as we mentioned, waking up around 4 or 5 in the morning, that's related with cortisol. 3 things you're going to address. You need to improve your sleep, because if your sleep sucks, your adrenals are going to suck. But if your adrenals are off, your sleep's going to off. You can see how you kind of get in a spiral. Support your adrenals by using some of those herbs I mentioned earlier to help you fall asleep. Different adrenal remedies are more neutral during the day. And that's going to help support. So this would be something like Siberian ginseng, schisandra berries, holy basil, ashwagandha. These are all things that support your adrenal glands so the stress does not bother you. But the main thing for stress is whatever the issue is, go talk to the person about it. Deal with the stress. Bottling everything up is only going to make it worse. So try to get to the root of the stress. Use herbs that can help your body support you through the stress, so then you can sleep better, and then the adrenals get better from that point on. Point number 5 is the overstimulating activity. So exercise. If you don't exercise, start exercising. You'll sleep better. But don't exercise before bed. And lastly, that goes along with this kind of stimulating effect is stimulants themselves. Coffee. There are so many times that I've worked with people and they will say, word for word, I can't sleep. Okay, how much coffee do you drink? Well, coffee's not a problem. It doesn't affect my sleep. You just told me you can't sleep. How do you know coffee doesn't affect your sleep? Oh, I never thought about it that way. If you have problems sleeping, just keep coffee, either stop it or keep it to 1 per day just in the morning. That's no caffeine in the afternoon for this, but I'm going for a result. I like to get them up, but I'm going for results to sleep better. Pull back the coffee, keep it none or 1 per day in the morning, and then any of the other things that you're drinking, start drinking some of those herbal tea. You can put some of those herbal tea in we just talked about with the adrenal herbs that we just mentioned, so then you're getting a double effect. You're getting less caffeine, you're still getting hydrated, you're getting adrenal support. That's how you want to go about it. Well, I hope these 5 tips will be helpful. I hope you're going to have a great night's sleep tonight. And this is Doc signing off.